and welcome to yet another episode of PulseCheck, where we dive into the heart of health and wellness and everything in between. So I'm your host, Pauline Gure, and today we're shining a light on a topic that doesn't always get the attention that it deserves, and that is weight gain in adults. So today we have our guest. He has been here before, a clinical nutritionist, and I'm going to give him a chance to introduce himself. Welcome very much.
Thank you so much, Pauline, and thank you, viewers, for another opportunity to request my presence again. My name is Stephen Ayere, a clinical nutritionist, as you have mentioned, and also interested in wellness. So I do some part-time even in fitness industry. So I work closely with people who also want to either lose weight or gain weight. And today's topic is interesting because most of the people, they just want to lose weight. So today, for the ones who want to gain weight, it's an interesting topic. Thank you.
So our last episode with you was on weight gain, or on weight loss, sorry.
Yes.
And we received immense feedback. And one of the feedback that I got was there are also people who are struggling to gain weight, and I thought, why not? Let's do this. Can I give you a story?
Yes.
I also struggled with gaining weight. I can tell you for sure it's not easy. It's not easy. You know, many people think that losing weight is easy. So gaining weight is also easy. Like, people would think that gaining weight is the easiest thing. I'm telling you, it's the hardest.
True.
I experienced that. There's a time I weighed 42 kgs. Like, I stepped on the weighing scale, it read 42. And then I was like, no, this one is wrong. Let me go to another one. And the other one weighed 41. And I was so disappointed.
Yes.
Now, in your clinic, what are some of the reasons people come to you seeking to gain weight?
Yeah. So the issue with being underweight is something that can easily torment even your self-esteem. You can see most people, especially for men, who are underweight walking around. When they walk around in crowds or when they're walking around with friends, I don't know if you experience the same. One of the reasons they will walk into the clinic is maybe their self-esteem is even low. They are not able to look themselves in the mirror the way they want to see themselves. And some other reason is because there is something called an intentional or involuntary weight loss. So they are losing weight without them knowing or without them intending to lose weight. And that one could be because of maybe a medical condition that exists. And majority of them lose weight unintentional because of that medical condition. Some other factors can also maybe because of genetics. Some people want to break that line of, you know, all people in our family, they are thin, I want to gain weight. So maybe because of that personal reason. And some others want to look themselves in a mirror differently. For instance, they want to join a gym and they want to gain more muscles than the fat. So those are some of the reasons that I have encountered most patients or people working in my clinic. They want to gain that weight. So it is not a must that somebody is sick for them to look underweight or feel like they are not gaining or they are not of optimum weight. And before we say somebody is underweight, you mentioned or gave me an example of you being 42 kgs and you're back
Actually 41
kgs. So there's a way we usually assess someone based on their body mass index, something called the BMI. In our last episode, you can go back and see what we define that BMI is. So when we measure your height and we take your weight on the scale, and then we do the calculation, we do your height in terms of meters squared. When you do against your weight, we find it below 18 for adults, 18.5 or below, then you are categorized as underweight. Okay? And that one alone will not be enough for me as a nutritionist. I will also need to know my client's body composition. For instance, is it the muscles that is low? Is it that the fat that is there? Yeah, so is it that you are also dehydrated? So there are so many assessments that we need to do, including even the lab test. We need to check your albumin levels. We need to check how your liver is functioning, and you'll be surprised. We'll also need to do even your cholesterol levels.
So are you telling me that it's advisable for somebody to actually go and get some assessments before starting this journey?
Ideally, being underweight should be assessed medically. Yes, it is something that should be assessed clinically. Go to the clinic or walk into the hospital or any facility that is close to you, and they have to do a thorough assessment, because when you're underweight and you don't know what is making you to lose this weight, it could be something serious that even diet alone cannot address. Even you going to the gym cannot address. So it is something maybe that can be addressed medically. There might be something that is causing you to burn or to lose even more muscles, which is something abnormal. So it's advisable to walk into the clinics or go to the hospital for those assessments.
Let's talk about genetics. How does it play any role there?
Yeah, so you'll find some people have these special genes, or their family are naturally people who are thin. For instance, the Maasai, for like maybe 4 or 5 decades ago, you'll hardly see a Maasai who is big or obese. Let me use that word, obese or overweight. Majority of them, they are genetically exposed, but maybe they are very thin. And the others, for instance, those who are big people, they say, you see, majority of us, we are coming from big family. So all of us are big. So your genetics is more like a code in your system. So some people find it very hard to gain weight, or to even their system to store fat because of the genetic compositions. And others, you'll find them, it is easy for them to lose weight, and others is easy for them to gain weight, and others is very hard for them to gain that weight, because their metabolism also has an impact on it because of their genetic composition. So it's more like a code. Yes. Okay.
Yes. Once you start this journey, how do you recommend someone to start?
So starting, you just have to walk in the clinic, or you just need to work with your healthcare profession to get the underlying basement or the baseline assessment done. So once your baseline assessment are done, we are able to determine what is this causing you to have this low weight for height, or the low BMI, or if it is something medically, of course we initiate medical treatment as much as we start you with nutrition therapy. So start as much as possible. Whenever you start to seeing your clothes are becoming loose and you're comfortable in your skin, you can come and then we can do those assessments. Another thing maybe to add on that, when should someone start? Some people, it's not a must you become underweight for you to think of gaining some weight. Some people want to gain some muscles. Some people are just of ideal weight. For instance, I want to bulk up a bit. I'm not underweight, but I still need to add some weight. So it depends with your goal, with your health goal. So what is it that you want to achieve with your health that will make you now walk into or seeking a professional advice?
Let's talk about meal portions and meal frequency. How should we balance?
Yes, so when it comes to nutrition, something interesting about being underweight, sometimes it's not all about the food. Sometimes, as we mentioned, about the genetics, about some metabolism, they also have a role to play. So you might start eating a lot, and there are people we call the toffee. They are thin on the outside, but very fatty on the inside. Remember I mentioned about us doing even your lipid profile to see how your cholesterol levels are. Some people are very much underweight, but their cholesterol are skyrocketing. Some people are underweight, but their insulin is also having problem. They might be diabetic. So we have to do all those. So it's not a matter of me telling you go and eat 5, 6, 7 times a day. Eat a lot of carbohydrates, go and eat chips, a lot of bread with blue band and all those things. No, it's not a matter of food. So we have to rule out first what is causing you this. So when it comes to nutrition, we categorize them into the macronutrients. The macronutrients are things that fuel this body. for someone who is underweight, there is usually some recommendation we put them in terms of nutrition requirements. For instance, they might need extra calories on top of their usual energy intake or consumption. That is, of course, after thorough assessment of their dietary habits or their dietary lifestyle or even their lifestyle activity. So you might find they might need an average around 300, 500 or even up to 1000 kilocalories from whatever they used to consume on a daily basis, just to compensate from their resting metabolism, their body ability to utilize whatever the energy. Some people have got fast metabolism. Some people don't eat enough. So you need extra energy on top of whatever they consume. So when you do such a calculation is when you are able to determine how much calories a person is supposed to consume. And these calories might not just matter. It's not a matter of just counting the calories. It will also matter of checking or assessing the quality of these calories that you are giving this person. I will not advise them to go and consume something processed, something refined. For instance, if I'm to recommend you, maybe you are at that age of, at that weight of 41, I need you to consume 2000 kilocalories, and I tell you go and take some cakes, because let's say 100 grams of cake will give you almost like 400 grams of calories.
Let me give you the example.
Yes.
What I used to do, I would buy a lot of viazi karai, you know, those potatoes.
The chips, yes.
Yeah. How healthy is that?
Yeah, so in terms of you wanting to gain weight by consuming such, I won't recommend. You can even gain weight by doing it in a different form. So when you're deep frying them, you're eating more of inflammatory, let's say processed food. Remember, being underweight can also be a disease condition, or it can be something inflammatory to the system. So you're adding more stress to your body. And this stress is what will make your body even to make more fats in terms of cholesterol, bad cholesterol, you not gaining the weight you want. So what if you can do baked potatoes or even roasted potatoes instead of going for the fries? Yes. So that is something that we advise people. It's not a matter of just the calories. It's also a matter of the quality of those calories that you are consuming. Yes. So you might find yourself eating small amount of baked potatoes equaling to give you extra calories that you deserve or that your body wants. It's not necessarily you eating until you feel stuffed. Okay? So feeling stuffed, you're feeling uncomfortable because you want to gain weight, find yourself overeating. So you end up feeling uncomfortable. So in the category of calories, we look mostly on this energy dense or nutrient dense food. So carbohydrates are one of them.
Okay.
Yes. I can say you can do ugali, but I don't mean those refined ones that are mostly advertised. You go for them. Yes, you're not in for just the calories, you're in for the quality. You're in to gain healthy weight. Yes.
Apart from the carbohydrates?
So from the carbohydrates, you can go into proteins. And Kenyan diet is very rich with protein, but we mostly don't meet or eat enough. Or even if we eat enough, we are eating it of poor quality. And the good quality are readily available.
What are those?
Yes.
Good
So
quality?
something like eggs are readily available, fish, chicken, they are readily available. But now the way we might prepare them, they might cause even more inflammation to the system than help you to gain weight. So I believe in simplicity.
Okay.
Prepare them in the simplest way possible so that your system doesn't have to struggle in dealing with those inflammation. You just have to deal with absorbing the nutrients and help you to grow. Okay? Okay. Yes.
What role does supplements play?
So in terms of supplements, let's talk about that under protein still. You will see bodybuilders, people who are in the gym, they take some supplements in order to help them stimulate muscle growth or even improve or increase in their weight. So they have a critical role, but there is a threshold. Not everyone is suitable for supplementation or for the supplement. That's why you need to work closely with the medical practitioner or a healthcare professional or someone who is known to this. you need to assess how kidney functions well. If your kidney are functioning well, then it can handle so much protein. It can handle even supplement like creatine when you're exercising. Yes. But
and what are some of those supplements you're talking about?
Yeah, so one is whey protein. It's mostly sold almost in all health shops. And then you can look at the creatine. You can look, some people prefer even collagen just to add them, even help in the strengthening of the bones, help them to recover or manage those weight. There are others who are using amino acids, and there are others who are using growth hormones or even testosterone, and which is something which is okay, but it has to be controlled, it has to be regulated, and not everyone is suitable for such. So if you are into supplements, you need to watch out first on your diet. Make sure your diet is unable to meet your requirements, or even if it is able to meet, you feel like you need to do supplements, because some people have problems with meal preparation, sitting down and eating a whole meal, like they find their schedule too tight. For instance, my client who is one of my clients who is a software engineer working from home, but they don't have enough time to prepare those meals. I don't know how stressful that work is. So you find them don't have enough time to prepare, don't have enough time to sit down and eat. So often at times they might find themselves making those bad choices, yet they want to gain weight. So they will order chips, drink with some soda. Yes, they are caloric dense, but they are just empty calories, not helping you to gain weight. So you can recommend them to make such shakes by getting maybe a whey protein. They can make even a healthy smoothie. They're able to drink when they are just doing their work. So they're able to meet up their energy and caloric or protein intake through such supplements. Yes.
Can you give an example of a smoothie, some of the ingredients that you should incorporate?
Yes, so there are several, and it depends with what somebody has access to. So for instance, if you want to make a meal replacer, because you don't have time to eat, you want to have something that on the go. You just want to drink something on the go to meet up your energy or caloric intake for weight gain. So you can do, if you have access to a fruit, maybe a banana, you can take one banana, and you have those supplements like whey protein. Some people prefer even the plant-based option because there are organic options available. It doesn't have to be just whey. You can get even a pea plant protein or even hemp protein powder. You can get maybe a scoop or two depending on now whatever your body needs or what you have been calculated as your requirements. You can add in or you can throw in some dry fruits. That is again one way of you getting energy without necessarily eating bulk, but you are getting it from a healthy source. Things like dates, things like raisin or prunes, you can throw in there. And of course for the carbohydrate, some people prefer using oats, others prefer using some rice, others prefer throwing in maybe even pumpkin or even butternut, depending on their sources or that is available. And then if you want to add maybe a dairy option, which I am more skeptical on some milk, I prefer using either coconut milk or even almond milk in such kind of shakes or smoothies. And coconut milk, these are things you can make even at home. It doesn't have to buy. Yes. So you can be making them at home, and then you do them in your smoothie. So you find yourself having a very, very nutrient and calorie packed beverage, which is healthy for you to gain weight. Yes. Okay. So there are so many examples which we usually give to our patients or clients depending on whatever they have at accessible. Yes. So it is easy for them to watch out on their diet. It's easy for them to watch out on their macros, which is now the carbohydrates, the protein, they can do supplementation, and also the fats. And fat are easy source of energy for such people. And when we speak of fats, I don't mean you going and eat samosas there, deep fried, whatever. I mean of healthy fats. Okay. Something as simple as the nuts, either almonds or whichever nut that is at your disposal. I see a lot of people nowadays with macadamia, they are selling it as little as even 30 shillings, which is something very nice to the society. So you can be adding some nuts, You can throw in some avocados, and if you are well enough in your pockets, you can do things like olive, things like coconut oil. They contain healthy fat for you to give you extra energy that you can gain the weight. Yes.
Okay. How important is sleep and exercise?
So those are things that now you have done your diet, you have assessed your medical condition, there's no problem. And maybe, for instance, I'll give an example of that software engineer. They hardly sleep. Yes. So they hardly sleep, or even when they sleep past midnight. So a lot of studies are showing that if you don't have enough rest, if you don't have enough sleep, when do you expect your system to repair itself? When do you expect your muscles to grow? For instance, you are exercising, and you exercise maybe two hours a day, which is, I find it too much. Your body doesn't need that much time. So you are exercising that much, and then you come have your late dinner, and then you want to sleep around 1 or 2 because you are watching maybe Netflix or any other thing, or even you're working at night, and your intention is to gain weight. So you'll find yourself struggling to gain that weight, but your system, yes, you are eating, your system will even make more fat, more cholesterol, more destroying factor than you achieving your goals. And even if you achieve your goals, it will not be quality weight gain. It will be something, maybe you are storing a lot of fats in your system. Yes. So I usually advocate and advise, if you want to gain weight, get enough rest, especially after a strenuous exercise.
Okay.
So training also helps with bulking or growing of the muscles. And it doesn't happen in the gym. Yes, I go to the gym, I do a bit of pumping, I come outside, you feel me like, okay, this one has grown, has added extra pound. No, that one is just pumping. The real gain happens when you're resting.
Okay.
So I advise people to incorporate strength training, and then you hydrate, you eat well, and then get enough rest for you to gain that weight. So it is a must for you to have the rest. Some people, it's a must for you to train in order for you to gain the weight. So it's very important for people who are underweight.
Okay.
Yes.
So final tips.
So the last thing I can tell people who are underweight, because we have been focusing majorly on weight loss. And my clients, actually, they came, we usually have a group session. They told me, can you tell that person to give me some tips to gain weight, because it seems like she's struggling to lose weight and I'm struggling to gain weight. Can we exchange the routines? So it doesn't work like that.
They're totally different.
Yes. People are totally different. So the thing I can tell you is, whatever will work for you will not work for someone else.
Okay.
So always approach weight gain individually. Know what are your goals. It will help you to achieve whatever you want, and it will make you feel comfortable and even be more productive as you are, because now you'll be yourself.
And to our viewers, thank you so much for watching. We have come to the end of our episode. We're going to give a link so that you can watch our episode on weight gain. Thank you so much to our guest today. And we're going to give another episode on weight gain in children. So subscribe, give us your comment, tell us what you want to hear from us. Until next time, I'm your host, Pauline. See you.